and I'm so happy to have church with you right now. Sometimes I just love to turn up my music really loud and dance. What's your favorite song to turn up really, really loud? Wow, those are some great songs. I want to listen to all of them. Now, let's learn our point together. Every day, I make choices that honor Jesus. Now say it with me. Come on. Every day, I make choices that honor Jesus. Great. Now it's time for our everyday song that talks about that. Stand up so you can sing and dance along.
Every day I'll choose Jesus, I will follow you. 'Cause there's a world outside that can't seem to make up its mind. It's saying this and that, that and this, everything's changing all the time. You are the light, the truth, the way. So I'll say, hey, every day I'll choose Jesus, I will follow you. Let everything I do honor you every day. I'll trust and obey every word you say, 'cause I know that you love me. I'm following your way every single day. I wanna be who you want me to be. You are the light, the truth, the way. So I'll say, hey, every day I'll choose Jesus, I will follow you. Let everything I do honor you every day. Every day I'll choose Jesus, I will follow you. Let everything I do honor you every day. Every day I can
Trust you, Jesus.
every day I choose
To honor you.
every day I can
Reflect you to others.
every day I am
Who you say I am.
You are the light, the truth, the way. And I'll follow you every day. I'll say, hey, every day I'll choose Jesus, I will follow you. Let everything I do honor you every day. Every day I'll choose Jesus, I will follow you. Let everything I do honor you every day. Hey, every day I choose Jesus, I will follow you. Hey, every day I choose Jesus, I will follow you. Hey, every day I choose Jesus, I will follow you. Hey, every day I choose Jesus, I will follow you.
You guys sounded amazing. Thank you so much for singing along with us. And now we're going to take some time to watch a Bible story together. Today's story is about God appearing to Elijah. So let's check it out.
Elijah was on the run. After he had killed the wicked prophets of Baal, the evil Queen Jezebel threatened to kill him for all that he had done. King Ahab and Jezebel had wiped out all the other prophets. Elijah was the only one left, so it's safe to say that this was not an empty threat on Jezebel's part. Elijah had called it quits. He ran for his life. He left everyone and everything behind. He eventually came to a broom tree that was all by itself, just like he was. He lay down underneath it and prayed and asked God to take his life, but there was no reply. After Elijah finished praying, he lay down under the broom tree and went to sleep. As he was sleeping, an angel appeared to him and shook him awake. "Get up and eat," the angel said. Elijah looked around, and right beside his head was some nice warm bread, baked on hot stones, and a jar full of water. So Elijah did what the angel said. He ate some bread, drank some water, and then he lay back down. But the angel shook him again and told him to eat more, because Elijah had a long journey ahead of him, and he would surely need the strength. So Elijah ate and drank some more. Elijah went on to travel for 40 days and nights to a place called Mount Sinai, where he found a nice cave to spend the night. While he was there, the Lord said, "What are you doing here, Elijah?" Elijah started talking about how he had served God faithfully, but the people of Israel had done the exact opposite. They were tearing down God's altars and had killed all of God's other prophets. And now they were trying to kill him. God told Elijah to go out onto the mountain and stand before him. Once Elijah was there, standing on the mountain, God passed by him. Suddenly, there was a huge windstorm that hit the mountain. The wind was so strong that it tore rocks right off the side of the mountain. But God wasn't in the wind. Then there was an earthquake. Elijah held on tight as the ground shook. Once it finished, he realized that God wasn't in the earthquake either. After the earthquake, a fire began to blaze around Elijah. But God wasn't in the fire either. That's when Elijah heard it, the sound of a gentle whisper. Elijah quickly wrapped his cloak around his face because he knew that this was God. Elijah stood before God on the mountain, and God asked him again, "What are you doing here?" Elijah's response was the same. He told God about his concerns again. Then God gave him a plan. He told Elijah to go and anoint a new king and a new prophet to take his place. So Elijah went out and found Elisha. King Ahab and Queen Jezebel never were able to kill Elijah. In fact, Elijah never actually died. God brought him directly into heaven. But that's a different story for another time. The end.
What an awesome story! Elijah was standing alone on the mountain, and the wind blew, the ground shook, and the fire blazed. But God didn't show himself in those flashy ways. When God spoke, it was in the form of a gentle whisper. Imagine being on that mountain like Elijah. How would you have felt, and what would you have done when all those things started happening? Our friend, Pastor Cameron, is going to be talking to us a little bit more about our story right now, so let's take a look.
Have you ever had headphones in while someone was trying to talk to you? Maybe one of your family members walks in and tries starting a conversation without realizing that you have headphones in, and you have them turned up so loud that you don't even know what's going on until you look up and see someone trying to talk to you. Justin!
What?
Did you hear my story?
Were you talking to me?
Oh, no. No.
Okay.
No, I was just...
Okay.
Sorry. Sorry, I interrupted. We don't hear these people talking to us because there's so much other noise drowning them out. In the story of God speaking to Elijah, we see that when God spoke to him, it was in the form of a gentle whisper. He wasn't in the windstorm. He wasn't in the blazing fire. He wasn't in the rumbling earthquake. God spoke to Elijah in a whisper. Do you think Elijah would have heard God's whisper if he had headphones in? If it was described as a gentle whisper? Probably not. Justice, can you hear this? He can't hear this. You see, sometimes you and I have trouble hearing from God because our lives can be a bit too loud. We have a lot going on. We have video games that we love to play. We have music that we love to listen to. Some of us have phones that are making so much noise all the time. And some of us have busy schedules that are filled with sports. Oh, and then homework as well. Let's not forget about that. And then music lessons from time to time. And it can all get way too loud to ever hear God, who loves to speak in a gentle whisper. Elijah heard God's gentle whisper because he was alone and quiet. He was up on a mountain all by himself. He didn't have a phone. He didn't have a super busy schedule. He wasn't listening to music or playing video games. He was being still and quiet, and he was listening for God. Some of you may be thinking, why doesn't God just yell? It would be so much easier to hear him if he would just yell. But I believe that God likes to speak in a whisper because he's so close to us. Think about it. If I was standing right beside someone and I wanted to tell them something and I leaned right up next to their ear, I wouldn't have to yell. Because I'm so close to them, I can whisper. God whispers because he's so close. And he's so close because of what Jesus did for us. Before Jesus came to the earth and died on the cross for our sins, that sin separated us from God. We could not be close to God because God can't be around sin. He is so holy and so good that for us as sinners, it would be like stepping into the presence of the sun. It would be dangerous. But when Jesus took our sins upon himself, he made a way for us to no longer have to be separated from God. Now, he is closer than ever because when we follow Jesus, we have God's Spirit living on the inside of us. This is why God whispers, because he is so close to us that it would be ridiculous for him to have to yell. This is why we need these intentional moments of silence.
And this is why we need intentional moments of silence with God. If we don't set aside that time with him, we won't be able to hear what he wants to say to us. Do you currently have intentional moments of silence with God? And if so, what does that look like for you? And if not, what will that look like for you? Remember, when we choose to set aside time to spend with God, we are making choices that honor Jesus. So that's it for this week, and thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Let's learn a memory verse together. The verse is from Psalm 46, verse 10, and it says, "Be still and know that I am God." Can you say it with us?
Be still, and know, that I am God. Okay, good. Well done.
Good morning, boys and girls. Today's craft is going to remind us about something that we have been learning about. If we are too busy and distracted, we're not going to be able to hear God's voice. What are some things that distract us from listening for the voice of God?
Watching too much YouTube and Netflix.
That's true. Shasmika?
Oh no, Ronnie.
Oh, we spend way too much time on our electronics. Gabby?
Spending too much time at the shops.
Sometimes we have to shop so much we forget to go home and do more important things like listening to the voice of God. Honey?
Sometimes go like Instagram, Facebook,
Oh.
WhatsApp, TikTok. Or
Do you have those things?
No.
Oh, the Lord wants us to make special time where we can just be still and listen for his voice. So we've got a really exciting craft today. Can you take a look at the front? And we're going to read the two sentence strips together. The first one says, listening to God's voice.
that works. When the music plays, you move, show them the moves. And when the music freezes you, stop. What are we doing when we stop? We are being still, like our verse says. Okay, so are you ready to play? Stand up, make sure that there's lots of space, and let your moms watch you while you play musical statues. Are you ready? Are you ready? I can't hear you. Are you ready? Let's do it. Dance, everybody, dance.
You've heard us make some noise. Let's hear you make some noise. Go!
Make a joyful noise. Freak.
Lord, we're gonna make a joyful noise to the Lord of the earth. Make a noise. Earth, make a noise to the Lord. Serve the Lord with gladness.
Okay, so let's play the music, everybody.
Make a joyful noise to
Oh, Maddie and Georgia, sit down on the floor. Sit on the floor. Okay, Maddie, sit on the chair. Sit on the chair. And are you ready?
make a joyful noise to the Lord of the earth. Make a noise to the Lord.
Scarlett and Eva. And Eva, yeah, you stay sitting there. Sit down, Scarlett.
But I just played.
Sorry, you got you. Break it down. Oh, Austin. I'm not moving. Sophie's way out. Yeah, Sophie's way out. Okay, one more round.
Noise to the Lord of the earth. Make a noise to the Lord. We're gonna make a joyful noise to the Lord.
Okay, what's the dance now? Yeah. Almost there, only 4 people.
Serve the Lord with gladness. Come into His presence, singing, singing, singing. Sing.
Wait. Oh, you guys are good.
Singing, 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 singing.
Mackenzie, your hands moving. I'm going to start getting strict now. Oh, you guys are good. Wow.
Okay, risers. Are you guys ready to rock it out for Jesus?